Now, we'll try again. I hope so. I hope it works this time. And yeah, did I? Okay. Roberto, convidar. Okay. Oh, Leslie's here.
I'm here. I'm here for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was just.
Oh,
Yeah,
hi guys, good
Hello.
afternoon.
Hi.
Here.
Roberto, could you please turn your camera?
Alright. I'm gonna try to run myself on here. Just a minute.
Great. Oh.
Now is it better?
We had some technical difficulties. No, please, can you turn
It is the
down
same?
vertical?
Oh, alright. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Vertical is okay.
Awesome.
Alright.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Guys, I'm so happy to
I thank you
see
for
here.
having me inviting here.
Yeah,
Wow.
we are very happy that you joined us, accepted our invitation. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
It's my pleasure, man. Thank you for the invite to be here. I'm so honored, and I'd like to thank you and Lesley. Send you my hicks from Brazil. Cheers. Wish you the best ever.
Thank you.
Oh,
I must say that it's a great honor that you are making our song. It's very, it's kind of, it was a surprise. But thank you at all.
When I was invited by Patterson to record this song, I thought, yes, it's an opportunity that I have to break some rules, especially here in Brazil, because I'm a heavy metal singer. So my style of singing heavy metal is a little bit, my voice is a little bit higher, the tonality is different. And here, I would never have been invited by a doom metal band to sing the song because we have this division here, no? I mean, if you are a heavy metal singer, you are able only to sing heavy metal music, not to spread your sing to doom metal, black metal, death metal. And when I had this opportunity, I thought, oh, yes, this is my chance to break this rule
It
because I
was
believe
something
that in
new.
Europe it is different. Yes, totally new for me, but hope that you could enjoy this work. It was made with great love and respect, and I hope you can enjoy it. Thank you for this opportunity to share this conversation with you guys. And Patterson Volia, thank you so much for the invite, for having invited me for this.
thank you. I'm gonna cry now. I'm so, it's
Don't
amazing to see you here with
cry.
you. It's so great. Guys, I think I'm gonna tell a little bit about all the project and the live, and yeah, just to explain a little bit to the public. My name is Vole, here is Patterson, and we have as guests here today Lesley Nye from Belarus, leader of God's Tower. It's a
Not leader. I'm not leader. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
Excuse me. I don't like when someone calls me a leader. We've got no leaders in the tower. I'm a frontman. We've got a democracy in the band, and I'm not a leader. We're all the leaders.
I'm very sorry. Frontman of God's Tower.
Yeah, that's right. Correct.
Roberto. Okay, I'm so sorry. It's
I'm not a leader either. I'm just the lead singer.
okay. So
But
as
no problem.
always, it's better when people present themselves.
No
because
problem. No, for me it's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, just to explain, today is the last day of the first International Week of Belarusian Culture, and during this week we've been making some publications, some events in Brazil also, yeah, and in Brazil we had some program to each day of this week, and today is a very great event also. It's we are launching the cover that Roberto Índio made for the cover of maybe the most famous God's Tower song. So we are gonna present. It's waiting there, yeah, for release.
All right.
So we're gonna
Mhm.
show the video. Of course, it will be not the best possible quality because it will be the transmission from from our wall. But later you will tell us where you will publish for people can to access and see it. Yeah, what else we wanted to tell at the beginning?
Yeah,
I'm not
this,
sure.
This is a
Be-
historic.
before you show the video, please let me say something. You didn't know that this is the most famous God's Tower songs. Thank God, because if I would know about that before, I would be nervous to reproduce this. So thank God that I just know about that only now.
Okay, I have to tell a little about the initiative because
Mhm.
okay, I'm not really an artist, but I wanted to participate somehow. I wanted to contribute to the first International Week of Belarusian Culture. And I had this idea because I heard about the story, the latest events in Belarus, and I've been really touched. And we've been working the best way we could here in Brazil. Even though we're far from Belarus, we're trying to do our best to share, to spread the word around, to tell people around the beautiful culture of Belarus, about the amazing artists over there. And I had this idea because I've been following. Roberto and I go a long way. We've been friends for over 10 years now, and
I think more than
am a
10.
follower. I am a follower of his YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel where he sings, he plays his songs and covers. And I saw the beautiful work, the great work he does with covers, and I thought, well, probably this could be a nice way to introduce a very good group from Belarus to the Brazilian audience. And I thought about the song. This is, I think, a way to show Brazil something more than the latest news. I mean, it is important to spread the word as we've been doing. We've been translating articles about the news in Belarus. But also this week is a nice way to show that Belarus is much more than that. And the word of God, the work of God's Tower, of Lesley, I think it should go around the world, beyond the frontiers, And yes, I would like really to thank not only Roberto, but also Ícaro from Inner Call for accepting this challenge because the deadline was really short. The space, the time was really tight, and they did a great job. I really hope because more members of the band wanted to participate. Maybe in the next opportunity, we'll have all the band together, Inner Call, and I hope also this will be a chance to show a little bit of Brazil and our metal scene to the Belarusian audience.
I think we gonna before showing the video, we could ask Lesley and Roberto to introduce themselves properly. Yeah, just because.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
think we
great
could
idea.
start with Lesley. Yeah, could
Hello,
you tell
I'm
a little
Lesley.
bit about yourself?
I'm my scenic name is Lesley Knife. My name in real life Vladislav Novoжилов. I'm a singer of God's Tower, and I am Belarusian citizen. And it's a long story. I hope someday I will tell it more in details, but not today. Uh, well, I'm here because it's how we called it in the Soviet Union, telemost, Do you remember that word? And telemost is TV bridge. And it's a very strange but very pleasant activity for me. I'm glad to be here because, Brazilian metal is one of greatest singer in whole of the world, I think, because I watch it from 80s. It was starting from Sepultura and Sarcophago and Angra, you know. Brazilian metal is very, it's a very, how to say that, добрый сорт металла, короче. Could you translate it, please? And, you know, when Brazilian band is making cover of Belarusian band, it's very great. And, it's really honor for me because it's, I don't think I can tell you exactly that Belarusian people they know much more about Brazilian metal than Brazilian people know about Belarusian. That's why.
Yes, it is.
That's why really
But
I'm grateful.
this is
to
gonna
you.
change. This is gonna change today. From now on, it's gonna change.
Yeah, it's a very big thing. Thank you. So it was my introduction.
Okay, thank you. And Roberto, could you introduce yourself too?
All right. As I told you at the beginning of this conversation here, I'm so honored to be here to make part of. First, congratulations for this week, a special week about the Belarusian culture, and I'm here to help anyway. I'm not the most famous Brazilian singer, but I'm here to help to try to spread and to make this exchange between Brazilian bands and Belarusian bands. As I said, they know much more about us than we know about them. But for now on, I think it is possible that the situation can change. You know, I mean that it's important this opportunity today because these are the first step for a great journey that we're gonna start. You know, and mainly what is really important here is the opportunity to share our knowledge about heavy metal, about culture, and something else. I'm a heavy metal singer from Brazil. I sing in a band called Inner Call. We have been recorded 3 albums, and nowadays we're releasing the new one called Leviathan. In this opportunity to record this song, I was invited by you, Patterson, and blessed by Volia because Volia was the one who gave me the confidence to do it, because when she said, okay, go ahead, you can do it, it's different, but okay, and I thought, okay, it's an opportunity to, as I told you, to break these frontiers. Okay, so I'm a singer who sings in a different way, but I can adapt my voice to sing a doom metal song. So my friends are curious about the results. I was curious about these results, you know. And because here in Brazil, Lesley, I don't know if it happens there in Belarus, but there is a situation there.
Sorry,
Okay,
I will interrupt you. But you don't have to worry about difference between our voices because voices must differ,
yeah,
metal must differ, and it's unity in this.
yeah, yeah, sure. But the difference is about the behavior. For example, here in Brazil, sometimes if I sing heavy metal, traditional heavy metal band or melodic band, I'm not able to sing, to share, or to make part of a extreme metal band like death metal or doom metal. And I was given this opportunity to break this rule, this bullshit. And I try to do my best here. So I hope you can enjoy it.
I will.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what do you think about seeing it now? Yeah?
Yeah, exclusively.
Зараджай.
Yeah, sure. I hope so. So loud.
Can you hear us?
It's so loud, man.
Loud. Loud? Okay.
Loud.
Okay. So
loud.
I'm gonna change the place here and turn off the
But
thing.
for me, but okay. Heavy metal is to be heard. Heavy metal is to be heard loud.
Yeah.
That's great. So we are projecting it here on the wall. Is it?
It's a whole new production.
Okay, so prepare, we are starting. Wait a little bit. If you want to tell something while we are preparing all the stuff, you can.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Lesley,
Both.
how is the situation in your culture right now about the metal scene, about the bands?
You know, it's a very strange situation because we got a split in the metal scene because the band splitted, and there are two parts of musician. First part is I'm belonging to first part. It is people who thinking that to play alive for now is not so correct. It's not correct in such conditions. But there are still two parts. Second part who thinks that they have a right to play and to make music. Not to, I don't mean to make music. We all make music. But they cooperate with authorities in some way. I don't think it's correct because when your colleagues are sitting in a jail, are imprisoned, and they are oppressing in all the ways, and this during this time you're playing live shows. I think it's I don't know how to say this word in English. It's such a shame. We got a word in Belarusian and Russian, zashkvar. It's a very deep word. It's mix of shit and shame, you know, and I don't think that it's correct to play live shows in such situation. But we're still making studio music. We're recording some songs, and we're making videos. And that because when you're making such a stuff, where you're making video shows, you are not cooperating with authorities. You don't give them any money, any taxes. That's why I tell you that we've got a split scene for a moment, and it's a very hard situation, but I don't see any options. Could it be another way? Oh, we hear the sounds.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Synchronize.
Yeah. We're gonna.
Коли можешь, просто натиснуть
Okay, just.
спасу.
You tell me 1, 2, 3.
Crazy.
Let them rise, let them rise, the springtime comes.
But I think
That's no
we did.
problem. I think we have seen really underground sound, and that's not problem for metal. It's just it is. What I want to say is in your version of a song, finally someone hit the right note in the voice, you know. because I always just try. I was trying and trying and trying, and in these notes, I'm always I've just been I'm
my goodness.
because I'm not a singer, but a growler and screamer. You know, my how to say that idols are Lemmy Kilmister and Ozzy Osbourne, and they do not sing so high.
Mhm.
I never tried it, but I always envy to someone who can do that. So you did right. Thank you.
Thank you for your gentle word. So, my opinion is you have your voice, man. I'm not able to sing in your region, so that's why I should try to internalize my way to sing, but try to keep the feeling because when you hear your interpretation of this song, you can feel what you really want to say and what you want to transmit in your interpretation. You know, so my idea was okay. I need to be me at first, but I need to translate the real feeling of the song. You know, I know, as I told you, I haven't heard that most famous was your thank God because I felt myself free to okay sing but my way. But I'm very happy now that I'm hearing of you that you really appreciate it, and yeah, I could put my feelings, my way to interpret it, and keep your feelings. This is I consider the most important part in here is keep what you really want to transmit singing this song. Congratulations for the lyric, congratulations for the vocal lines, and believe me, you have your strong voice, a powerful voice. It's your voice. So it's impossible to compare my voice with yours because we are different singers. But of course, you are a singer. You are an awesome singer. You know, don't worry about that, man. You are fantastic.
I must
Thank you
tell
for this
you.
opportunity.
Thank you. I must tell you, moreover, as a gentleman, I have to say that from now we must have some concerts together. We must play together some concerts to continue this talking about music and this talking
Yeah.
about the vocal lines. It's very interesting, you know. So
Mhm.
I don't know how is it possible to invite you to Belarus next years? I don't know. Will it be possible at all? But if we'll be still alive, I hope we shall visit Brazil and
We will.
we're gonna play together, man.
Man, I hope so. And I'm planning about that. I'm also talking to my bandmates and I said, man, let's prepare ourselves to make this trip because it would be important to go there and to bring you here to share the stage. So take care of yourself to stay
I'm
alive
gonna
for us to
I
share this
am gonna do
opportunity.
it. I'm gonna do. Thank you.
Do it. And I thank you, man.
I think we can open to questions if anybody want to ask some questions there to both of musicians. You can write them on comments. We're gonna pronounce it, yeah, read it.
Yeah,
Se
speak in
alguém,
Portuguese. Speak yeah, in Portuguese too.
se alguém quiser fazer um comentário, gente, independente do nível de inglês, podem escrever em português, do jeito que preferirem, a gente traduz tudo, tá? Então, por favor, podem escrever o que acharam, podem fazer alguma pergunta para os nossos músicos, tá? Калі хтосьці хоча штосьці напісаць, таксама штосьці пракаментаваць, можаце пісаць па-беларуску, таксама мы перакладзем, калі што, калі хочаце запытацца ў нашых музыкаў. Калі ласка, чакаем вашых каментароў, вашых пытанняў.
I got a question for Brazilian people. Listen to me. I really like Portuguese fado. You know such music, fado. No, really, I really like. What about Western and Southern Europe? I really like fado because very strange and very romantic music. So I must tell you that I like Portuguese language. And is there any fado in Brazil? I wonder. Strange question.
No, because fado is from Portugal characteristic, but we speak the same language. But I don't know what kind of music we can compare with fado in here. Which one, Patterson, could you compare?
I'd say that fado here is not very famous. I mean,
yeah, it's not very famous.
You can find fans of fado, but it's not really popular.
I really appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
Here in Brazil, it's not so common.
Yeah.
But we have, so for example, singers like Vicente Celestino would be a fado singer if he were from Portugal. You have some singers that can approach with this style of music. But here in Brazil, it's not so common. But I really appreciate it. It's very, very normal to see Portugal singers doing that. I really appreciate a band called, a singer called Teresa Salgado. She is from, I forgot the name, Madre Tierra. No, Madre Deus. Madre Deus.
Yeah.
Madre Tierra is a heavy metal band from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Madre Deus is a pop, is a new fado, is a modern fado. You know, that is really awesome music. But we don't have here in Brazil. It's not so common. We have here sertanejo. It's not a good idea for you to know about that.
Ольга, перекладите, ласка. Короче, я розумію так, що у Бразилії свого добра музичного шмат, там має чим ганоритися, так? Але просто я думав, що там так само є фадо, але я бачу, що, напевно, було трохи таке залішнє питання про фаду, ні?
Я думаю, не залішне, я думаю, що ми зараз гэта перавядзем у іншае цікавае русло, гэтую справу. Lesley says that he understands that it's from Portugal, but he just thought maybe it would be because of Portuguese. And I think it opens to an interesting maybe way, to conversation, to tell us about, like, I mean, I think it's very easy to Belarusians to understand the situation of colonization because, like, we suffer it too, many times when I say that I'm from Belarus, people try to remember something from Russia, or, you know, or think that we would have the same heroes and the same values and the same history stuff or something like this. And sometimes it's not because they really think that it's the same, but just it's some, you know, like famous and you remember something connected.
I totally understand that Brazilians and Portuguese are two different people. I understand that. But I was asking not about people, but about father, like genre.
I got you. No problem. But we speak the same language, you know. Brazilians and Portugal speak the same. We have the same mother tongue, so there's no problem. We have this comparison sometimes. No problem.
I wanted to ask Roberto if you could explain a little bit about this. Maybe actually in your music. I mean, you. Tell us about other influential in Brazil, like about the Brazilian roots, and not about.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure,
so I wanted to ask to aproveitar to ask you about this. Yes, about this stuff. Yeah.
Yes, we nowadays, for example, there is a song called "Run Man Run." It's from our new album, and the songs talk about a heart in a really difficult period for us, political, talking about politics in the military strike in 60s, you know, on the army, on the street, they broke some specific rules. They split the constitution and they took the power. And nowadays they are trying to return, you know, and we are always talking about that, try to warn people, okay, you have to be aware of the situation. You have to be aware about the politics, because if you don't be aware about the politicians will be aware about the politics and will govern you in your mind. So this is the way that we are trying to warn. So we talk about politics and about me, about myself. For example, I want to explore my ancestral roots about the Indian native culture, like the South American people and North American as well, like the Indians from there, you know. So we are talking about this old religion. It's like a kind of a pagan religion, you know, not about Christianity, it's about pagan religions. And with inner call, we talk about politics as well. But I use like to explore these subjects, you know.
It's very
I think,
unique,
that's
very
how-
unique
I don't
situation
think.
when респект, короче, за то, что Power Metal банда занимается політичними темами, это вельми круто.
Yeah.
Перекладите, будь ласка.
Yeah, he's saying congratulations that a power metal gets engaged in such
Yeah, no,
politics.
I understood that.
Yeah, and I think Belarus has a lot in common with us, because we've also been, just like Belarus is going right now, through difficult political times, and also this pagan roots, the reference to the ancestrality. I think Lesley can talk about that, the influence of pagan religion in your song, in your music.
There is a reference in this song that I sang
Yeah.
about later. I said later. Yes, I know
Yeah.
that.
Yes, it's, you know, you must understand that it's a foundation of our music. We from the beginning we took a Belarusian foundation and just played it in metal, because from the beginning we want to play metal. And it was a wish to play metal in English language. And I want to tell you that one of our inspiration was Sepultura, because they are from Brazil, non-English country, and they were globally famous, and they were playing metal in English language. That's why we were chosen. We had chosen English language to play our music. It was. I mentioned you, it was 89th year, and it was year when Sepultura were released. Beneath the Remains, we all were listening to this album. It was really great. It's a work. It's a great work. So it inspired us a lot, and we have understand that if we're gonna play something like this in the English language, we will be nothing but a second Sepultura. But second Sepultura, no one needs it, you know. So we were trying to play different subgenres of metals we were experiencing. In the end, we have found that this way of mix of doom and heavy metal is quite. It's really enough for us. It's really good for us. But when we added there an element of folk music, Belarusian, it was how to say this final species. You know, we're cooking something, and you're salting it, and you added pepper, and there is a taste. There is a specific, unique taste, and that's why this mix of heavy metal and doom metal and folk music is God's Tower. We just made it in our way. and there was no questions what topic for the lyrics to choose, because this all folk music is coming from pagan roots, and the pagan
Yeah.
roots in Belarus they are very strong, because we have even official holiday, pagan holiday, Jadi.
Oh,
We'll,
amazing. Here.
we'll tell you what it does it means. Jadi, Raduniца, this is a pagan holidays, and we have them in official calendar.
Calendar. Yeah.
Calendar. Yes, and it's you must understand that it's a 3 days, just weekends, and the pagan element is very big in Belarusian consciousness. So, if there will be if there someday if there will be a possibility and you will visit Belarus, you probably will find our heathenism, our pagandom in much in much
I
places.
will.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm gonna show you. If you're gonna be together, I'm gonna show you this
Yeah, sure.
for sure. And Belarusian is a country that were one of the late, how to say this, Ольга, переклади, будь ласка, Білорусь, як і Литва, є наша опошня країна у Європі, яка була хрещена. Дві країни, Амаль
As well
опошня.
as Lithuania, like Belarus was the last place on Europe that was Christianized, he says. So
The last
we were-
one?
Last one
Be-
it was
yeah, to be
in
converted,
Europe,
to
in
be
Europe.
converted, to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
converted into Christianity.
14,
After the war?
No,
When?
the Christianity.
Yeah, but
Christianismo.
when
Yeah.
I understand, but when it
Okay,
happened?
I mean, it happened about 1,000 years ago,
Yeah, there was
a little
over-
bit more
okay,
than
okay, okay.
1,000.
No,
But-
there
but
is
it's still-
there is a interesting story that the powers was Christian, but the people were pagan, and such a situation was long into 14th century. It's for почти до Колумба, короче. Амаль до Колумба. Колумб поплыл в Америку, а у нас тут еще были поганцы, короче. Ну, такая справа.
Yes, it was still like when Brazil was started to be colonized. Yeah, like I mean, Belarus was
Yeah.
starting to be like
Yep.
real Christian, because before it was kind of like, yeah, like okay, we're Christians, but not so much. And we still preserve the pagan traditions, many of them. The holidays that Lesley told that are dedicated to our ancestrals that are gone. We have two holidays. One is in spring and the other is in autumn, like I mean in November. And it's similar to Dia de Finados. It's like All Souls
okay.
Day, when we visit cemeteries and talk to our ancestors and share food with them. So it's kind of
It's like the Mexico. They have this part too. This
Yeah,
celebration there.
Belarusian is
Mexico.
Belarusian people is not afraid when they see Mexican traditions. We just watch it and
Yeah.
we saw somewhere like this. We see something
It's
similar.
amazing. It is amazing. Amazing, man. It's amazing. We have here some of this aspect when we talk about the African culture and religion, and about native culture and religion as well. But the white people came here, and of course that they are much more powerful than, and they spread their religions and the Lord of them. So the Christianity here it was spread during the 16th century, and from that moment on, we have been fighting to keep our traditions, our ancestors, remembrances and religious aspects and cultural aspects too. So you have some similarities between Brazil and Belarus in this way.
Someone is
Yeah,
asking
we got
why that celebration happens in November. And that's a good question because here it's in November too. Do you have any idea?
Asks why is in the middle of the spring? Why it's
Okay,
also
yeah.
in April or May? I mean,
Yeah.
now it's. I mean, there are two holidays. One is in November, and other is in more or less April or May. And now they are usually connected. The one in spring is connected to Easter, to Orthodox Easter by the date. The date changes. But I mean, the essentiality, I don't know,
Yeah.
of the holiday is pagan.
Ancestrality.
Yeah, so it's pagan. So it's about it has a long tradition. I think it's because in spring, like all the nature rises and from this winter sleep, and we have to.
Indeed,
celebrate it.
It's all because solstice and equinox, those astrological things and astronomy. It's all about astronomy and it's about stars and planets and in the sky. So
when they line together, for example, there is a situation for you to celebrate.
Yes, and we must understand that this. Dates, these holidays, they are similar everywhere. Us in Belarus, so in somewhere in Britain, somewhere in Brazil or America, the sky is everywhere. The sky is the same, but the stars differs because constellations.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think autumn and springtime the seasons is everywhere the same. No,
Yeah, here it's in the contrary. Here it's winter right now, but it's the same stuff. Yeah. And there is another holiday that is very, very famous in Belarus, and that it's very famous in Brazil, especially in northern eastern region. That just passed now. That is Kupale. Kupale is a Belarusian São João, but São João has a Christian name, and in Belarus we prefer Kupale, that is an old pagan name, yeah, and the tradition is quite pagan. So, like, sometimes after this holiday, you go to the church in the morning, but not really.
Do you have liquor?
No. Yes, of course. Yeah, it's Krupnik.
No, you do nothing without liquor. You know, it's impossible to do something without liquor in these holidays. Liquor is everywhere. Yeah, everybody's drinking.
We have here. When I travel there, I'm gonna give you gifts. Gini Papo's liquor for you to try.
Yeah.
Is it something to drink or something to eat?
It's a traditional drink here from São João.
Okay,
What I said.
Okay. I'm gonna try.
It's amazing.
I'm gonna taste it.
Yeah, you can enjoy it. I think so.
I have a question for you guys, especially for Lesley, because Lesley noticed some real big events in the beginning of his career. The perestroika, the collapse of Soviet Union, and the democratization of Belarus, and then all this process going on until now. Like you've seen big moments, and also Índio, because Índio also probably he remembers the redemocratization of Brazil because he was born during the.
I was a child, but
you were a child. I know, but you remember something like the beginning. And then also here in Brazil, we are in this authoritarian moment too. And I would like to ask you, how important is hope in your lives? How does that connect to your careers? What motivates you, both of you?
Oh, you know, hope is the only thing I hold now because we've got really big problems here. We've got oppression, and I would like to call it even a terror. Uh, it's a very hard times now, and hope is the real thing. And the real thing, it's a big thing, and we all hope now. What about my motivations? You know, I don't know, but as always, I'm watching horror movies. I love horror movies about ghosts. I watching fantastic movies, and I'm listening to heavy metal of 80s. It's I can spend a day spend a whole day listening to music from 80s, and it's still motivating me because it was it was times of hope too. 80s was a time of hope, and now it's the time of hope, and we're still standing on the. It's a moment of changes. It's a still moment of changes, and it's. I see they are very similar, 80s and our time now. So hope, hope rules, but motivation. I didn't change my motivation. I always were inspired by music, by 80s and by folk stories, fairy tales, and other things, mystic and Padman, ooh, something like this. It's I like it. Uh, so but now I got a new motivation factor is the people who is imprisoned who is imprisoned now. It's Belarusian people. Поли- Политзаключенные, как сказать по-английски?
I'm sorry.
Polit-
Political prisoners.
Yes, some of these people I know him personally. I know Sergei Tikhanovsky. I know him. I was working with him in 0 years. He was a manager of a club we were playing in, and we were friends. And it's you know, I cannot change another way when I know such a big man. I must be in this way. I must support him because in another way, I just could be a bastard. I don't want to be a bastard. I want to be a friend. And these people, they motivate me to live and to create and to hope too. Yeah, hope is the real thing. And thank you for question. It's a very interesting question.
And
Yes,
cheers
I
for
think
your
this.
answer, and Indio too.
Yes, I think the same. This is the at this moment, for instance, we must hope and to stay alive at first, to survive this situation, especially here in Brazil. It's not the same, Lesley. We have political problems here. It's not like you have, but we have ours. But you also have another problem to face is
I have read
ignorance.
about
You
your
know?
president. I
Yeah.
have read about him. So very how to say this?
Mhm.
Яркая персона такая.
He's a jerk. He's a jerk.
Yeah, jerk.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a jerk,
Okay.
and we are trying to handle. Yeah,
Looks
believe
like
me.
it looks like this, but yeah.
Yeah. And we have this problem. We have two real problems to face here. No, because he is a menace for us. He is a menace for our health. he is a menace for our democracy. And not only him, because he has power of speech and he has followers, people who follow him, people who, okay, what I really believe, yes, there were so many people who thought like that. They had this idea, this inner idea, and now they have a voice to spread their prejudice, their racism, something like that. And you have this problem to face. So two real fights against the virus and against the bad politicians, against this jerk. He's in the command, and he has followers. Many people following him, following his ideas, you know. And this is what we have to be aware and to treat as serious as we can. And if I have voice and if we have voice to speak, to show, to spread our problem, is really, really important, because we have been facing this situation years ago. As Patterson said, Brazil faced a redemocratization, and now you have to keep it, because democracy here is so young, only 30 years, 35 years, 40 years maximum. So you have to mature this idea. You have to keep democracy, unless if you don't fight for it, they will take the power back, and they will they will forbid us to think, to speak, to study, you know, and it's not a good idea for us. So we have to be aware to fight against that. So two problems for us fighting here in Brazil. And the hope is staying alive, survive the virus, survive our president and his followers, and keep the fight on always.
I wish you all the best. I think I didn't think this situation is so bad.
Yes.
I have thought that your president is a kind of soft Putin. I don't know how to tell in English or Brazilian. Пиздобол, короче,
Explain it.
Well, it's sort of like the jerk.
But it's like a
A
talk,
shithead. A shit, yeah.
a
He said,
shit mouth also.
yeah, he
you
talks
know.
a lot of shit.
Yeah. So I hope Brazilian police won't arrest me for this, but I think your president is kind of пиздобол. He's standing in one row with Putin, Trump, Lukashenko и прочие пидорасы. I'm sorry for.
Yeah, we understand.
And other jerks. Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's the same
So,
fight.
But you can't. You still have election, I think, and you.
Yes, no, we have democracy. We still have democracy. Our fight is to keep it. Because as I told you, our democracy is so young. So we started to vote again in 1984. Our first president elected by vote was in 90s, Fernando Collor. And after that, okay, from 90 on, we have three impeachments, yes?
Two.
Collor and Dilma, you know, yes, two impeachments. So we are trying to figure out our democracy yet. We are not mature yet. So our democracy takes so many risks to be disappeared, to be put away. So that's why we need to be aware and to fight and to clarify these ideas, to teach the young, to spread the idea of democracy. You show like Socrates' philosophies and the way that we can handle better, you know. So we need to study for ourselves, by ourselves, and for the people, because here is not so common. We search for information, you know. Unfortunately, we have this problem here in Brazil also, but we still have our rights alive. We still have. So it's not the same like your. I know that your culture is different, but we still have here. Our fight is to keep it.
I remember when I came to Brazil 10 years ago, there was the first election that I passed here in 2012. And I was so amazed that, like, you know, it was the day of election. I think it wasn't presidential, yeah? It was...
Mayor.
It was mayor. Mayor? Mayor. Yeah, it was mayor election. And I was... first, we elect mayors.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a semi-neto.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, you know, it
in
was...
Belarus, there's no elections for mayor.
The dictator indicates directly. And it was the last of the day of the election, and nobody knew who were to win. And it was like, how don't you know? It's the day of election already.
In Belarus,
and
you know, way before.
way before the date of election, you know the winner.
We have the polls. But the polls only indicate, okay, gives an idea who is going to be the winner, but it's not for sure.
Exactly.
This is fantastic in the democracy. Yeah, it's fantastic in the democracy. This is amazing. So, and we are amazed by democracy. So when we see it,
I think. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No,
proceed.
I don't truly believe Brazil has democracy. I mean, we have the lesser of other evils. I mean, things could be much, much worse.
Yeah.
But honestly, like when I think about, I mean, our people is mostly Black and indigenous, and most of us are women. But the only Brazilian president that was not a white man was a white woman, and she was impeached. So like the day we see Black candidates with a real possibility of winning an election, indigenous peoples like you in the power, then I would trust, then I would believe we have a democracy. We have something close to that in a way, but it's still pretty far. But of course, I totally understand you. It could be worse, and we had it worse a few decades ago. Yeah.
If you compare,
you know, the thing, the point is, democracy is very hazardous and hard thing, and it is not able. You cannot understand that it's the right thing, but when you don't know what is it, you know, and when you're facing it for first time, you see only the disadvantages of democracy, but not its power and not its value, and you could be afraid of it. But when you are growing up and you're going to understand what the world is, you understand that the democracy is the only way. Because if everyone must control the society, control everything. Everyone must control everything. Because if one slacks to control it, if one doesn't want to control it, this place is gonna be occupied with some bastard who's gonna control the society instead of him. So we must we must be controlling the society. We must be making democracy, and it's I tell you that this is very. This is not obvious thing for people from who were living in the past century, for example. In the 20th century, there was a big hope in people that paternalism, you know, paternal power is the only way, and someone strong and someone armed will resolve all his problems, but it's all crap, it's a bullshit. It doesn't work this way. And now we see in the 21st century, we see that the only way is democracy. But it's hard to it's obvious for now. We understand it, but it's a process of healing. It's a process of it's like a chemotherapy, and it's very hard for a lot of people. You know, Belarusian is not the only people in Europe who is afraid of democracy. There are a lot of peoples in former Yugoslavia, for example. I don't know. There are big corruption, and the people are afraid of democracy too. And but the situation is changing. I hope these troubles we have in Belarus will be over someday. I can't predict some. Не могу сказать даты. И коли это
Good things like that.
But everything we're gonna be changed, and it's gonna be changed to more good conditions. I hope, and I really hope that you will resolve your problems with all this shit mouths in power. It's you know, the Brazil is a kind of, it's a very big country with a very big potential, and it's a kind of superpower, and if the Brazil won't feel good, it will be a problem for the whole of the world, I think. So I wish you to resolve your problems and to be good, чтобы все было добро. I wish you all the good.
Yeah, all the best. Yeah.
Oh,
everything
the best things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Those I am.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have a question, Lesley, about your situation right now. Are you house arrest right now?
I'm waiting for how to say this final resolution of this.
Judgment.
For now, we've got апелляционная скарга, мы ее подали, чекаем отказу.
He appealed. Yeah, he appealed to the justice in order to get, to find a way out of his verdict.
He's going to be judged.
No,
Yeah,
We hope not.
we don't think
okay.
that something will be changed, and there is a big expectations that they will imprison me close to September. And for this moment, I'm just waiting for something, and I'm listening to heavy metal music. I don't know what to do.
And during this time, you can't leave home, you can't leave the country, you can't do pretty much anything.
Or can you?
Or can you?
I cannot live.
It's a hard step.
Of course, I can do it stealthy, like a contrabander, but I'm too big. Look at me, I'm fat man. Who's gonna? Мне трудно в багажнику провести. It will be hard. It will be hard for me to cross the border stealthy, you know.
Yeah.
Don't try to do it.
By the way, Lesley, I have a question. I was talking to Voda because honestly, I don't believe there is a real justice system in Belarus. I mean, there's no legitimate justice in Belarus. And what we heard about your case is that you commented something about some governor,
jerk.
some jerk, yeah, some pisdabo online. You didn't even use that word. You just said this guy whose name. Well, I don't know if I should.
Emotional.
Yeah.
I think we can say it. I
He,
mean, it's
he, his,
or no.
Yeah,
his,
so this guy,
his
yeah, can you
survey,
please explain the real deal because we don't trust them. We trust
look,
you. Can you tell
yeah, I
us your
understand.
story, what happened?
It was a video from meeting of the people of the city and mayor. This mayor who's appointed by powers. He's not elected. And there was a big problems in the country when the people claimed powers to show the people results of election, the true results, but the results they were not shown, and the people were trying to talk with the authorities and just want to understand what is going on. Why does Polish militia is beating people? Why them arrest everyone without orders and this everything? And I was watching this video. I just commented next thing. His surname of this mayor is Solovey. Solovey means nightingale. Nightingale is a singing bird. Yes. So I write that this nightingale is quite is extremely stupid hog swine. He is a pig. He's not a nightingale. So I meant that he could not sing. He's singing in the wrong way. So it's you see, it's not obscene lyrics. It's just каламбур, как это сказать? Игра слов.
Colombo?
Yeah, calembour. I don't know that in English. Yeah, that's a pun. That's a play on words.
So yes, and I didn't think that someone will notice it because the other posts in under this video were really brutal and were really with the obscene lexics, and there was swearing and fuck, kill, all that bullshit. So the only thing I как это сказать, не доглядел. My account is open for everyone, and they just watched these people. This one who wrote this comment, we could find him, and so okay, let's find him and punish him for this. Okay, so
oh, sorry.
It's like a dictatorship here in Brazil in the 70s.
In the 70s.
If you wrote something not straight talking about them, but something that they used to judge unusual or dangerous, they arrest people and killed many ones, and it's the same situation that you used to live here. This is what you try to avoid again.
Yeah, and I was wondering, Lesley, do you think it was personal? Maybe this was their excuse, but they were after you since the beginning because of your cooperation with Tikhanovsky, for example.
Yeah.
I have been thinking about it, and I think that this case was starting as just an example of disencouraging people. They want to with my case, they want to disencourage people not to write such posts, and later they have found that I'm a musician and I'm a media person, and they decided to make it more maximum, and something like, I don't know how to say it, показательный процесс. It was in USSR of times of Stalin, показательный процесс. It's a show process when they making a process and it looking like a show. It's every fascist regime they making such a process. So in my case, it's a little show process for part of the people. Just так получилось. I don't know. It's consequences. Течение
They
обстоятельств. Так
wanted to
получилось.
set an example.
Yeah.
Só explicando aqui, gente, para quem não entendeu, я буду коротко по-португальську тлумачити, там, то не все зрозуміли, то, що ви сказали. Ele está explicando que, assim, a questão da prisão dele, da detenção, porque no momento ele se encontra em regime de detenção domiciliar, porque ele comentou algo sobre um político que eles não gostaram, e aí eles colocaram, assim, fizeram um julgamento, né, abriram um processo criminal contra ele, e eu perguntei a ele, será que isso realmente foi pelo que você escreveu online? Foi um comentário bobo, né, o sobrenome do político lá era, tipo, Rochinol, né, Salavey, e ele falou, esse cara tá mais para pouco do que para Rochinol, e só por isso, né, mandaram prender o cara, ele tá com risco de passar 3 anos em uma colônia penal por causa disso. Eu perguntei, será que isso realmente é por causa do que você falou, ou porque você conhece Tsikhanouski, que é um prisioneiro político bastante famoso, ex-candidato a candidato à presidência, né? E ele falou que pode ser, mas assim, eles quiseram fazer a milícia, em Belarus existe milícia, o nome oficial da polícia lá, e a KGB também existe até hoje lá, ou seja, todo mundo é miliciano e KGBista, né? Literalmente, e eles quiseram fazer dele um exemplo, tipo assim, vamos punir esse cara de maneira exemplar, para que as pessoas não façam, não critiquem online o regime.
He was taken by Christ.
Yeah, something like an example. They wanted to set you as an example.
Se alguém quiser fazer, tiver alguém de banda aí,
Tem uma pergunta,
tem muito
inclusive. Tem Venkato asked him. Venkato asked. Yeah, actually, Venkato 66 asked a question before to Lesley. Do you think? Okay, what was the question again? Belarus has no elections for governors, but do you believe it would be possible for Belarus to have an openly gay governor? Because the governor of Rio de Janeiro state is
No, Rio Grande do Sul.
Rio Grande do Sul. Okay, sorry.
I don't know, maybe Rio de Janeiro too, but
maybe, but not open. The governor of Rio Grande do Sul state in the south of Brazil is openly gay. Do you think that would be possible in Belarus?
I don't really care about is man gay or not. I don't care. I don't watch what he's doing. So
no, I mean, do you think such a situation could be possible in Belarus?
For people like me, it's possible. For people like me, it's possible because I don't care who is him. If he is working, if he's, I really like Judas Priest. I'm a fan of Judas Priest, and Rob Halford is a gay, and I don't care is he gay or not. He's a great singer, and what he's doing with his dick in us is his private business.
His problem.
It's his problem. The same story about Elton John and a million of people. I don't really care what they do with their things. So if the open gay will be good for a mayor, why not? If he's a well-educated man and he's got a very good.
Also, Venkato, sorry, Venkato is also saying that he stayed for 30 years without political rights in Brazil. I think he just wanted to share the experience that he had during the dictatorship here. So I guess that means he understands where you are.
Is there any discussion here about the metal style?
The point is not everyone is thinking like me. Somebody, for someone, for a lot of people, this point is very important. What does someone doing with their things, and they are really for their it matters. Does someone is he gay or not? And but I can be responsible for these people. I think with the time, with the spending time, this problem will be resolved, and everyone will be more tolerant to this problem because indeed it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in it's bullshit. I think. I don't care, and I advise you not to care about this problem. This is not a problem. This is just a game of nature.
I have a quick question to Índio this time, if I may. Índio, do you think it is possible in the future to make some other collaboration, maybe directly with God's Tower, or maybe a different song, but in Belarusian? Do you think you are up for this challenge?
Oh my goodness, man. Okay, if you teach me how to handle with it, is it possible? It would be a challenge. It would be a great honor for me. Yeah, it would be a great honor for me. Believe me, I really appreciate I'm learning about Belarus right now, you know, and I'm discovering the country right now. So for me, it would be an awesome honor. I'm here. At first, teach me the language. I need to learn about that.
No problem. I'm here.
What is a teacher?
Okay.
Actually, she's been teaching Belarusian here for over a year
when
now.
I travel there, I don't want to speak English there. I want to speak Belarusian when I travel there.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Here in Brazil, I'm trying to educate my fellows to learn English, because as rock fans or rock musicians, I think that they should speak English. You know, and this is a personal fight, because I really believe that we have this possibility, and we have this potential skills to handle with it, you know. But of course, I'm open to another language, and I have you to teach me, and your culture is amazing, is very rich. I like the pagan aspects about the religious and something like that, you know. So I'm here too. I will try to sing. What's the name of the hymn that you showed?
Oh, Kupalinka.
It was my challenge. I was handled.
It will be a song made in 2 languages. I think it will be Belarusian and Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
We could sing it.
So it will be a very wonderful song, because there will be an influence of 2 cultures, Brazilian and Belarusian.
Yeah.
It will be a greatest mix. Well, I imagine it. If we will be live, it's gonna be a great collaboration.
But you singing in Portuguese and me singing in Belarusian.
Yeah. With the very noticeable pronounces, and it will be zest.
I'm gonna teach you an expression here right now. If you can say do caralho.
All I know is obrigado.
No.
Oh.
It is for you to learn it. Do caralho.
Do caralho. Do caralho.
Yeah,
Great,
that's it.
great. That's охуенно.
It means that.
Zajebiście, tak. Zajebiście.
Right, that's it. It's the first expression in Portuguese.
Índio. I can tell you an equivalent in Belarusian for do caralho, zajebiście. Заябище.
Zaya, can you repeat, please?
Заябище.
Это по-польски, ладно.
Okay, well, that's what he said. Заябище.
Ну, мы же
Заябище.
юзаем, в основном мы юзаем файна, але ж заебище, это же заебище. Ну, так
Заебище.
пойдет, а?
Zayebish.
Заябище.
Zayebish.
Okay.
Zayebish and Zayebish. Okay, Zayebish. All right.
Caralho.
Zayebish.
Do caralho.
Amazing.
Is there some question?
So, yes.
I wanted to, I'm sorry, Lesley.
I was
you
was about questions. Is there some?
If
Not
there are
really.
some questions, please write it because, you know, like if you have any questions, you can write them and we will talk.
Se tiver alguém
Not
aqui querendo
yet.
perguntar em português, pode. Né? Não sei se tem.
Sim.
І по-білоруськи так само, коли хтось нас слухає і хоче запитатися, пишіть.
Eu quero sempre educar, não é educar, quem sou eu para querer educar, mas seria interessante que o fã de metal, de rock no Brasil, eles lidessem mais com o idioma inglês, porque primeiro que falar inglês hoje em dia não é mais uma coisa que nós temos status, eu sei falar inglês, é uma necessidade. Nowadays, speaking English is a real necessity here for us in Brazil because the trade in here, you know, the market is so confused, it's so competitive. So if you speak English, nowadays is the minimum. It's no more a kind of, oh my goodness, I know English, I'm so superior, I'm so special. No, nowadays, if you don't know English, you are not disadvantage in this trade. So I used to think that, okay, if I am proud about my nation, I just speak my English. But of course, this is bullshit. Nowadays, you can speak many languages as possible that you can speak. So English, eu queria que os brasileiros lidessem mais com o idioma inglês, like rock fans or like metal fans, you know. That's why
What I like in English, that English language for now, it belongs to everyone, not to English people only. But
that's it.
but Portuguese, for example, Portuguese language is it belongs to Portuguese people and Brazilian people, the people who is talking this language from the childhood.
Yeah.
Belarusian language belongs to Belarusian people. Lithuanian, for example, Lithuanian language belongs to Lithuanian people. But English language belongs to everyone who lives on this
That's
earth.
it. That's
So,
it. You're totally right.
Actually, when we were thinking about what language to speak on this live, we just thought about English for you two to can conversate without translation and all the stuff. Because I mean, you two speak English, and we thought it would be like the best option for now.
Yeah.
Better than if we translate.
Also, I must practice my English because I'm living in Belarus. I've got so much. Забыл это слово. Possibilities, but there is another word for
Opportunities.
Opportunities, yeah. There are not so much opportunities to speak English and to progress, to upgrade your level, you know. And this is a good opportunity for me to upgrade my level. It's beautiful, and you know. Okay, after the stream, I will upload some application for Portuguese language, and I will try to learn it. Try to start to learn it because
when you come here, you speak Portuguese also.
I hope so. Something I will tell some words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Do caralho, caipirinha.
Do caralho.
Caipirinha.
No, I'm not sure Leslie drinks.
Zararaca.
Yeah.
I know.
Jararaca?
Zararaca. The snake.
Oh.
How do you know that?
I like zoology. I really like zoology. I was working in Serpentarium, you know. I was working with the snakes. Yes,
Wow.
but there were no jararaca. I've heard about this snake, and
Okay.
I don't want to meet her.
That's a very Brazilian word, jararaca.
I think
I think
it
it's an
should be an indigenous
yeah, I think
word.
it's an indigenous word.
Yeah.
Probably
Yes,
could
it is.
be, or Guarani word.
There
Yeah.
are many
What-
indigenous languages here. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean, it's kind of common sense. Everybody speaks Portuguese in Brazil, but there are many people that have their native languages and that speak them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
Brazilian Portuguese has a lot of influence from these languages. So
Yeah.
there are many
Listen,
words
I-
as
I say-
jararaca that for
I-
sure is
I-
not from Portugal.
Yeah.
as I remember, Piraha lives in Brazil. Piraha.
Piraha. Yeah,
They
Piraha.
got a,
Yeah, it's one of
they got a really strange language with something unique. I was reading about it, and I was reading and thinking, wow, it's a real Paleolithic, it's a real Stone Age, it's a dawn of humankind. It's so interesting. So I think there are a lot of people in Brazil. They not so primitive, not so unique, but something like this. Very interesting to
Or
just
the
to
other
learn
way
it. It's
around.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe the other way around. They're so sophisticated, it's hard for non-indigenous to understand how sophisticated their language is because they just think differently. It's like your voice and the Indio's voices. They're just different. It's impossible to say which one is better or more sophisticated or more primitive. It's just different languages.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the same way, like culture of indigenous people here, they are very different. I mean, if you compare them to each other, yeah, there are very different civilizations. I mean, people that live here, like people that live like Piraha, yeah, and people that lives like close to Salvador, yeah, or in Salvador, indigenous people here that. I mean, they're quite different with very different languages, different cultures, but all of it is amazing. And yeah.
And it's important to preserve them all because they are all unique. Yep.
Mhm.
It's like
Yes,
You
sure,
wanted
sure.
to-
Oh yeah, I wanted to say something before I forget because all the time I keep forgetting it. We released the video clip here, but the idea is that Angel will upload it to his YouTube channel.
I'm gonna do it
what
right
is
now,
your-
after here.
Your YouTube channel, Angel. Can you tell us the name, how to
Yes,
find you on YouTube?
this Roberto Índio there.
Roberto
There
Índio?
aren't. Yes, there aren't many Roberto Índios here in Brazil. I think so.
Yeah. So
You're
if
gonna
you
find me
I don't
there.
know. On Instagram, there are more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
for-
found some. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Roberto Índio singer
On Instagram, yes, Roberto Índio Singer.
and YouTube is Roberto Índio. I don't know. Let me ask to my wife here because he can help me. Baby. Meu
So,
YouTube
yeah.
é Roberto Índio mesmo só, né? Yeah, it's only Roberto Índio, I think so. If there
Yeah.
are more than me, there are more than me, so you can find there many videos singing André Matos
you can,
songs.
put
And,
this link there. So, and then you can find and watch the video later after the stream. It will be available in his YouTube channel in a better quality, I hope, because here we projected it onto our wall, so it was
We're
not the
gonna
best
share it.
visibility. Yeah, you can watch it with a better quality later on, and also find a little more about Índios' awesome, amazing work on YouTube.
Thank you.
And also, God's Tower, you can find on YouTube as well, right? Lesley, would you like to tell us how to find you and your band on social media?
I'm gonna give you links later in chat, okay?
Okay,
I'll
great.
send you all the links you got. No problem.
Very good. Very good. Great.
I'd like to ask to invite Lesley to know here. There is a festival called Palco do Rock Festival here during the Carnival period. Lesley, it's an amazing festival with 4 nights of rock and roll during the Brazilian Carnival. You know, so it's an amazing festival. you should, when it's possible, when you are able to leave your country, not leave to living here, no, but to leave to visit other places, and like to invite you to know here our Palco do Rock Festival.
Yes.
Of course, yeah, if it will be it will be okay. We're gonna be there
When it's possible.
when
Yes,
it's possible. Yeah.
we didn't tell you, Lesley, but here in Salvador, Salvador is on the east side of Brazil. It is the third or fourth biggest city and the first capital of Brazil. And we have one of the world's largest street parties. We have a huge party with over 3 million people around the streets.
Carnival.
Carnival. It's Carnival. It's the biggest carnival in Brazil. And during this time, the streets here get really packed. But it's not exactly metal that people listen to. They listen to other kinds of popular music, other styles. But Índio and other guys from the scene here in Salvador have this amazing festival called Palco do Rock. And whenever you come here during the carnival, you can enjoy both. The
It's
carnival
not mine. It's
I
not
know,
mine.
I know, I
It's
know.
somebody-
I was talking about your participation in the event,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
but it's a collective, initiative. And Volia had something to say.
Yeah, I mean, actually, once the only time that I went to Carnival, because I don't like agglomeration and I don't like that many people in the streets. But there was one time when I went to Carnival in Salvador because there was show of Sepultura and Angra on Carnival, and it was just amazing.
2016, I think so. 16 or
Yeah.
17. 16,
I think so. I'm not sure the year, but it's about around 16 or 17.
I was listening today to Rebirth of Angra.
Rebirth.
Rebirth, it's a
I
great
prefer,
film.
I prefer the old Angry with Andre Matos, but I like the new one too.
No, I just
We have the,
you
new,
know, you
the
know,
new era and the old era.
I was listening to random to what I found from Android. Rebirth is Rebirth. Okay, I was listening
It's
to
amazing.
because great band, and
Yeah, it's
I was
amazing.
thinking,
band.
was
It's my
thinking
main
about
reference line. It's my main
Uh,
reference line. I only sing metal because I just met Andre Matos when I was a teenager, and I stopped by try to emulate his voice to sing his. I know that's why I'm singing this way right now. He is my main reference in life about music. Not Bruce Dickinson, not any of those guys. Andre Matos is my main reference.
So
Yeah, he
it's-
was a great guy. Unfortunately, we
Yeah.
lost him 8 years ago. 8 years ago, right?
No, Andre Matos. A couple of years ago, was 19.
Couple of years ago. Sorry.
Mm.
I
years.
mistook. Mhm.
you see
Yeah.
how you can in Belarusian in Russian we call him Andre Matos so long, you know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
tell it so short, Andre Matos.
Andre Matos.
Andre Matos.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Japan they
I
call
did- I
the name
did-
of the band is Angara. They call it in Japan. Angara.
Angara.
In Japan.
We call it
Angra.
Angra.
Yeah.
Angra.
Oh, okay, Angra is the
But
same.
but Andre Matos is.
Andre. Okay. Andre Matos. It's different. The brand.
R.I.P. He was a good singer. He was
Yeah.
a great man.
Yeah.
You see, metal will always take its place in every carnival, even if it's
Yeah.
not about metal. Metal is a universal language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we only must hope that all this story will finish with something not brutal. And, everything will be okay, and therefore, if everything will be okay, next year, wait for us in Brazil. We're gonna be there for sure. I've always wanted to be in Brazil because it's in Brazil. It's for me. I talked what Brazil for me is It's one of countries that inspired me to play metal in English. Звучит как парадокс, так? Бразилия страна, but it's a real thing. Yeah. Thank you, people.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. A Brazilian band inspired you to sing in English, so it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's a good, a positive influence of globalization in the sense that language should unite us, not separate us. So that's what I tell to my students, that this language that was imposed in the colonial era, it should be reinvented, resignified, and used to integrate us, because this is an amazing opportunity. Without English, it would be really difficult for you guys to be speaking right now. And also, Sepultura would not be so famous in other countries if they sung only in Portuguese. And that's what really metal is all about. It's about bringing people together.
Yeah. It was kind of, where was it? At a show, of metal show, you told me once, I don't remember what show it is, but it was like the people started to fight, like firstly, like it was a normal slam, and they started to fight, and what is this?
Yeah, actually, I was in that show with Índio. That was, I think, 12 years ago. But there was this band from the underground here, Headhunter. I think they're the oldest band here active.
No, it was Pocket Rock?
No, it was in Oba. It was Matanza and Headhunter in Oba.
All right.
12 years ago.
Shoreline here.
It was this mosh pit, like people, pushing each other. And then somebody really started to fight, like to throw punches and all.
Yeah,
and
sometimes it happens.
Yeah, but then the vocal, the front man, the vocal stopped everything. Stop. You guys down there, don't fight. This is not a place to fight. We're here all to enjoy,
It's not a carnival.
And it's not carnival. It's not carnival.
You was Belov?
Yeah, I think so, Belov, yeah. And he said something really funny. This is not carnival. If you want to fight, go to carnival. This is metal.
Yeah. I did the same in Pocket Rock.
Yeah, because to Lesley, it's probably very funny, but the carnival here is a street party, and there are way too many fights during carnival. People die, people get
you just did not ever read the Soviet propaganda about Brazil. If you read some журнал «Крокодил» и прочитайте про Бразилию, там у вас вообще людей едят. Вот так. It's a country of cannibalism and...
there's no crocodiles here. We don't have...
Yeah, there are only alligators.
Yeah, we have alligators.
No, but crocodile is the name of the revista.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I have to learn much about Brazil. I've got a lack of food.
No, man, I must learn everything about Belarus.
Yeah.
We are here.
But I have just started, and I will continue.
Yes. In fact, I am writing my doctoral thesis about Belarus, and I can tell you basically firsthand.
You have a book written in.
Yes, that was my dissertation.
You are from another atmosphere. You don't belong here.
I belong here. Please, come on. I know you guys are so great, but please let me also belong here. Why don't you belong? No, he said I don't belong this. I'm in another level, but please, I am with you. 100%.
He is from another world. He is so much intelligent compared with
come on.
With the ordinary people here.
But what I wanted to say is, this is I think you're the first people that I'm telling that I'm telling this to, other than Volya, that pretty soon, probably in the next month, there will be an article that I wrote about music and protest in Belarus. So in that article, I talk about the scene, the metal scene, how the music, especially rock in Belarus, is a tool for protest, is a way to protest and to preserve the Belarusian language and identity. and it's been approved. Like I had submitted this article, and last week I got an approval response, a positive response. It's in Portuguese, but I hope maybe soon I will.
I've got a Google Translate, you know, this button.
Yeah, yes,
But
you can get it.
Don't
But you are part of that
don't
history,
trust so
man.
much
You
in Google
know it so
Translate.
much. Yeah,
Something
yeah.
I will understand.
But Lesley is a part of this
Yeah.
history. Like Lesley is so deep within that history. I think my article will be like, nothing new to you because you're part of this history. But to people here in Brazil, it's going to be mind blowing.
Yeah, really.
Another
For me, for
cost
sure.
to learn Portuguese. Another cost.
Okay. Yes, you have to learn Portuguese in order to read that article. Yeah.
Good idea.
Mhm.
So guys,
It is.
we must plan something like next stream close to I guess 3 months later for if 3 months later we shall meet. It means that I'll be alive and everything will be all right.
Of course.
Will.
So
Will.
Mhm.
for now, just note it and let's plan it. We're planning another next meeting, next stream. So
I'm here.
and next stream something I will tell in Portuguese. I hope.
All right.
Okay.
You shall
And I'm
tell me
gonna
something in
try.
Belarusian. Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I
Yeah.
promise. I'm gonna learn about that. Okay.
Guys,
We
it's
have a
such a
deal.
pleasure.
We have a deal right now.
Yeah, deal. It's really
I
a
propose.
pleasure.
I propose to finish stream on it because we have 2 hours and we had limitation.
Yeah. It was a
Yeah,
great
true.
pleasure. It was my honor.
It
All right.
was
Thank you
you so
again.
Thank you.
So-
Thank
Okay,
you.
your last considerations.
Exactly.
Lesley, go ahead.
Yes, last considerations, please, Lesley. For
well.
the stream, of course.
I'm really grateful for the stream. I'm really grateful to you for this song, this cover version, and I'm really grateful to you for the support. It's really important for me because these days are very depressive, and sometimes I've got my hands down. I really I don't know what to do. I don't think about future. I'm just down and out. And when I'm talking to you, when I meet you, and I'm talking about this support, this beautiful things about Brazil, because for me, as a Belarusian, as a citizen of a quite closed land, quite closed country, Brazil is something like a fairy tale. It's far away, and well, all I know about Brazil, as if I would be ordinary Belarusian, all I know about Brazil, it's cereals. It's a big cereals where the love dominates, and something beautiful is going on. It's a seashore, it's a great music. Água de beber, água de beber. Yeah. Was this music, bossa nova, and this is something like a fairy tale. And I see you are not a fairy tale. You are a real man. It's very,
Mhm.
It's thank you. I know what I know now. I know what to do, what to live for. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
my goodness. Perfect. I'm quite happy to hear about that. I thank you the opportunity to share. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, my brother, Partason. You are my brother, man. Lesley, what I must tell you is, man, keep your mind safe, healthy. Try to keep your body as well. because this situation is going to pass. It's going to change, and we're gonna face new days, better days in the future. No, so keep yourself alive and take care of yourself, because next time when you meet each other, you're gonna talk many things, and in Portuguese, and of course I'm trying to speak in your language. And when you come here in Brazil, you're gonna share funny moments, you're gonna share the stage, So keep yourself safe and alive, man, and healthy. We know that depression is a problem that we have nowadays, it's a modern disease, but you need to be aware and to fight against it. I'm gonna send you my call album for you to hear, and the lyrics are about that, to be motivated to follow on, to carry on, and stay alive to face the world, because we have problems, but we are strong enough. We are metalheads, we are headbangers. We are strong enough to face any problem in this world. Thank you, Patterson, my friend. Thank you, Volia. Hope to see you again. So I'm so proud to hear about that. I'm so proud to have been sing the song. I'm gonna share the video, and it was my pleasure. It was my honor.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for coming. And yes, we'll keep in touch, definitely.
Yeah, thank you a lot. It was a great pleasure. I'm here, I'm here like crying a little bit because it's such an honor. I just can't express what an honor is to talk to you and to have Lesley here and Roberto making this homage. And it's just so beautiful. I just hope, I just hope like for the best, and I hope we'll see you soon together again, and with new projects and speaking each other's languages. And it was so amazing. Just thank you a lot, and we'll keep in touch.
Thank you.
Yes, and one last thing I wanted to say to our audience. This was I think the best way we could imagine, or maybe we could even imagine, to finish the first International Week of Belarusian Culture. It's the first event of its kind, and I hope it's the first of many others. And if you want to find other posts, other events, other videos and presentations, you can just follow the hashtag #by_culture. Volia has just written this in the chat. Feel free to join us and keep in touch for the next activities. And thank you so much again. All the best. Be safe.
Okay.
Bye.
Turn it off. I can't.
I'm trying to. Oh my goodness.
See you.